Hello, everyone. Um, I'm here. Um, I wanted to just, I guess, explain. Not really explain because I still need to keep it private, but I'm not in the best of mental states. So yeah. Um, and I should be able to talk about it later, but yeah, just kind of have some family stuff. And I think I'm going to be pretty off during, like, while I stream, while I practice. Um, I know that I bookmarked a few things to try this week, but I don't think I can do it. And I am really sorry about that, guys. So, I just realized I want this to look a little better. There we go. Yeah, so I just wanted to kind of put it out there that, you know, uh, I have some things going on. And, um, yeah, it's, I think the way that it's affecting me right now is it's just making me really consider a lot of things. So, um, my mind is pretty jumbled right now. I think that's the best way to put it. So, yeah. So, yeah. Um, so, um, yeah, it's just my mind is considering a lot of things that it wasn't considering for a long time. So, yeah, there's just a lot of things. But yeah, I am seeing a therapist, so that is really helping. But Lord knows I need a ton more sessions. Okay, so I think that's the best that my jumbled brain can put it right now. I do want to draw you guys' attention to the fact that I have now made my second camera a true top-down camera. I am extremely proud of this. I will show it to you here in all its glory. I am pretty darn proud of this. So this is actually what you're seeing is legitimately my view of my desk. I think this will make live streams much easier because I don't want to move it right now, but I can actually just take the camera and move it closer for you guys to see things. So yeah, I was able to do that because I got a different like a different mic stand for this mic. So I was able to use that original mic mount for my camera instead. So yay, things are looking pretty good. I'm pretty happy with how this is turning out. This is how I've actually wanted it to look for a really long time. But I needed to get another microphone arm for this particular microphone. So I'm very excited about that, and I hope you guys really enjoy it. I think it will make it a lot easier to show you guys things. So yay! Back to this. Yeah, exactly. It's gonna be so good for reviews. I am so excited. Because the boom arm is actually like tall enough that it can come over my monitor, and I can still bring it, like manually bring it down lower for you guys to actually see close-ups and stuff like that. So yeah. Anyway, I do want to say hello to everyone in the chat. So hello Phantom, hello Sean, Ryan, Allison, hello, Sean, hello, Deku Master, Team, Megan, Michael, let's see. By the way, I said Sean twice, but one is to Sean Hatfield and the other is to Canuck Fluter. Void, hello. You and tech don't get along. Oh, I feel you. You know, setting up this camera like this took a really long time. It took a very, very long time. I initially set it up over the weekend, and then yesterday I spent, I want to say, a good hour or hour and a half like fiddling with the placement of it, getting it just right. So yeah, I'm quite proud of it. I think it's going to be really, really good for like teaching as well. So I'm really excited. But thank you all so much for your really kind words in the chat. I'm really lucky to have you guys. So thank you. I'm determined to get one good practice session in right now. You can see I am just letting myself have an hour. I tried 45 minutes last week, but it was a little bit too crammed for time. So I am just going to allow myself a full hour, and we will take it from there. We'll see what happens. And yeah, so let's get this show on the road. Let's do some harmonics. Yeah, so I am seeing a licensed therapist is who I'm seeing. I don't think that a psychologist is what I need. I think I need a therapist. So yeah, that's what we're doing. So okay, let's do this, guys. Let's do our harmonics. We'll get the timer going. We'll do our harmonics, and I'm only just going to use the timer to make sure that I kind of stay on track, so I don't stay too long on one part of my practice checklist here. Okay, cool. So let's do this. Here we go. Thank you, Allison, for saying that. I do want to just make it very clear to anyone who's watching that I'm not pushing myself to get stuff done with practicing. So this is really just part of my self-care. Like practicing is a form of stress relief for me. So this practice checklist is not going anywhere. It's my constant. You know, like I already have this set up, so I don't have the mental labor of figuring out what to practice. If you are watching this, but you are in like a mental or emotional state where you really can't practice, where you really don't have the mental and emotional bandwidth to practice, you don't have to, okay? Just because I am, it doesn't mean that you have to. So it just so happens that I know myself, and I know that I want to come in and devote an hour to myself, partially as an escape and partially just to have something to focus on that is purely just for the development of me. And I personally find that really, really like just fulfilling. And I feel that it's what I need for self-care. But sometimes life can get hard enough that you can't practice. Even if you want to for self-care, it's too hard. And that's okay. I want to just put that out there that that is okay. It's just that I am in a position right now where I can still treat this as self-care. So I just wanted to, put that out there. All right. So I don't want anyone looking at this and thinking, oh, Joanna's practicing even though she's going through a hard time, so I need to. You don't. Okay. This is just my personal decision to treat this as a form of self-care. So I just want to put that out there. Okay. Please do not feel guilty for not practicing. That's not the point of this stream. So yeah, you guys know it in the chat. Okay. So let's now do some Della Sonorite. Looks like we are rounding our way back to exercise 1. So fullness of tone stuff. This should be fun. Hello, Gabby. How are you doing? All right, that one I want to do again because I think I can do that better. Yeah, that's better. That's better. think I actually did that hard enough that it was getting sharp. So I'm going to do that again. Got to make sure that the speed of your air isn't too high, because it's the speed of the air that will cause the note to flip up an octave. So what I do is I make the actual airstream itself bigger and wider. Bigger because the volume of air that's coming out is more, but that, you can keep the speed the same. So that makes it louder. Wider because that causes, on most flutes, causes the tone color to become very dark. And the darker the tone color, the more harmonics there are in the sound. And the more harmonics there are in the sound, the louder it will read. It projects more. So that's one thing you can try. Okay, let's keep going. Okay. Not bad. Not bad at all. I'm feeling pretty okay with that. I still feel like I can still work towards better control at the beginnings of the high notes, but they are already better than in the last couple of weeks. So I will take the win. All right, we're going to do a little bit of circular breathing. So I am trying to make sure that I'm not taking in too big of a breath. I think that's what I was doing before that was making my circular breathing actually less efficient. So let's try a bit on the flute. Okay, that's actually the best I've ever done it. So I think, yeah, I definitely was taking in too big of a breath before. Okay, that was huge. So that was huge to really nail in not to inhale as much. You really, it's actually a very small inhale. So I think the next thing I want to work on is the actual pushing out of the air for that to match the rest of the air better. So that I think is the next thing to think about. You guys can see me doing it with the belly. That's great. That's great. Good, good, good. Yeah. So you should be doing it with the belly. You know, that's how you know that you're actually like inhaling correctly. Yeah. That's great. Okay. That is actually legitimately the most successful that's ever been. So I'm very, very happy with that. Cool. Okay. So let's do 480 exercises number 345, which I have no idea what that's going to be. So we will find out together. 345. Oops, let's see. 345. Okay, so scale in fourths. Nice. And we're doing this in, it looks to be G sharp minor, G sharp harmonic minor. Oof. Okay, I'm gonna have to practice the scale on its own for a bit before we attempt this. Okay. I'm gonna be real with you guys. I have never, ever done this combination of notes before. Oh, so we got 3 more times we got to do this, and we're gonna see how it sounds by the 4th time. See you later, Ryan. Thank you so much for joining. Woo. Okay, that was an experience. Definitely was still playing a bunch of F sharps instead of F double sharps. So I do want to do it one more time, just to kind of solidify that. Nope, right there. All right, we're just going to take that. We're just going to take that. Okay, what are we doing next? Looks like 478. Okay, 478. There we go. All right, so let's continue with some Ibert. I, by the way, need to prepare this for next time. So exercise 2 for De La Sonorite tomorrow. I should be streaming tomorrow. Okay, so let's do some Ibert. Cool. Hey, Deanna, how are you? Laters. Good night, Allison. Have a wonderful night. Yeah. So, and how are you, Deanna? How is life? All right, let's do this. Looks like we're starting from the bottom and going up, because when I open this, I'm looking at the last page. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to go section by section by going backwards. All right. A little flat. My high D flat also didn't come out. I feel like I'm not resonating the note in this correct spot, and also overblowing a bit. So I'm gonna polish that up. That last one was good. Alper, hello. Do I answer questions during the practice? I actually welcome the distraction right now. So thank you for asking. Yes, go ahead. Ask your questions. When I get bored in between sections of this, I'll answer your question. Yeah, honestly, I would really, really appreciate some good distraction right now. So welcome to the stream, Alper. I hope I'm saying your name correctly. I realize it is not in English, so I think I'm saying it horribly right now. But welcome to the stream, and I hope you're doing well. If you want to put in the chat like a pronunciation guide for your name, I would appreciate that, because I don't want to butcher your name too much. Oh man, now I want bubble tea too. Okay, we're gonna go back one section. I really liked how that turned out. I'm just so you guys know, I am doing what I thought of doing. I think it was last week or the week before. I can't remember. But I had made the discovery that, well, it's not a discovery, but it's more of it's like an evolution of a thought. I have known for a very long time that I naturally ascend very easily. Like my fingers like it. My fingers like ascending. My fingers don't like descending. But if I think of descending as backwards ascending, for some reason it just works. And this came about because I was teaching quite a few students who have the opposite tendency of me. So quite a few students of mine prefer descending. So I've advised them to practice their scales going backwards. So backwards as in, instead of ascend and then descend, they should descend and then ascend. And then what they can do is think of ascending as backwards descending. And that seems to be really helping my students right now. And I am actually using this trick on myself as well. I am thinking of descending as backwards ascending. For some reason, it just clicks. Yeah. Let's see. Deanna, I'm going to guess it was Nathan who gifted the membership to you. Oh no, Deanna, your iPad Pro died with 4 years of art on it. Oh, I'm so sorry. You have to redo your last publication because it died while uploading the manuscript. No. Oh, I'm so sorry. Hello, Megan's kids. How are you? Nathan, how's life? What's going on? I feel you, Deanna, on being preoccupied. I understand. I have fried my computer before. I know. I understand. Also, recently, the motherboard on my computer died. So what you guys are looking at is actually me on a new computer. Not that you guys can tell. But yeah. My flute looks so pretty. Thank you. I appreciate it. Look what I've done. I've made a top-down camera now, so you can look at it in all its glory. I do want to make the border around things and whatever a little prettier. I just don't have the time right now. So, but honestly, I kind of like how these streams look right now. So yeah, isn't it nice? You guys can like see much better. Like this is pretty true to real life. Like pretty true to real life. I'm very much enjoying this top-down camera thing. So, okay, let's go back to this. Okay, your kids say hi. Yeah, descending mostly, yeah, timing, fingers going down, ascending, timing, fingers going up. So clearly I time my fingers going up much more accurately. So, you know, thanks guys. So, Alper, you're an amateur player trying to find what resonates with you. Recently saw a jazz method for flute online. Wanted to ask if I know what are the differences compared to classical method. So, as far as I understand, jazz really does a lot of patterns. So it's a lot of pattern practicing. And also memorizing sort of your standards and then understanding how your pattern practicing can be used to improvise. That is how it was explained to me by one of my students who is a jazz player who comes to me to ask technical questions. So I made it very clear that I am not a jazz teacher. So I did very curiously ask, like, what entails being a jazz player. So that's what they told me, is that a lot of their practicing is a lot of patterns, like a lot of the jazz standard patterns, jazz, like the blues scale, stuff like that. So a lot of pattern practicing, and then memorizing your standards. So yeah, your 6-year-old loves my flute. Thank you. So there's not much on the instrument essentials. You're going to get a lot more of the instrument essentials, at least from my experience, just from my experience. You're going to get a lot more of the essentials from a classical training. So there have been some flutists who have both classical and jazz training. And a lot of your like really top-notch jazz players actually have a background in classical training. So at least that is how I understand it. Y'all can correct me if I'm wrong, but that's what I have heard thus far. Other than that, I'm not that familiar actually with the jazz world, and that is on purpose. I really love listening to jazz flute, and it's magical to me, and I don't want to destroy the magic of it for myself. I want it to be something that I can still relax to. So I don't go into it too far. Yeah. So, because I've sort of destroyed the magic of classical flute for myself. So I just kind of want to maintain some innocence and naivety when it comes to some form of flute music. So, yeah. There you go. There are some names. So if the rest of you guys know some good jazz flute names to put in the chat, please go ahead and do so. You know, we're all here to nerd out together. So anyway. Let's continue. We're going to do one more section above. Take it. I think that's as good as my distracted brain can do it today. etc. Okay, not bad. It still could be more stable, but I don't want to push it today. Let's go another huge section back. Okay. Yeah, thinking of it as descending as ascending backwards is doing what I think Sean in here, Sean Hatfield, I think you're the one who said earlier that timing ascending is timing lifting your fingers and descending is timing bringing down your fingers. And what it made me realize is that I think it's because my fingers are already on the keys. And so timing them up is a piece of cake for me. But coming down, I think my fingers are too high. So when I think of ascending, when I think of playing descending as backwards ascending, my fingers are closer to the keys. I think that's what's happening. I think that's the way that you said it just kind of made it click for me. I think that's what's happening. So I'm somewhat like observing myself right now too. definitely think those descending bits, yeah, I need to work on them, probably play them backwards. So, yeah, Hubert Laws is the one that I was thinking of in terms of like a jazz flutist who's like heavily classically trained. He's actually just both. He's both jazz player and a classical player. Yeah, those are some good names. Yeah. Albert, thank you so much for saying that I have a nice community. It's really you guys. You guys really make this. I do have some chat rules that guide the community to be kind to each other. But really, it's you guys following the rules. So pat yourself on the back, right? William, hello and welcome to the stream. Yeah, yeah. Oh, I love this love for both jazz and classical flute here. It's so nice to see. If we're being very frank here, a lot of times, unfortunately, there's a lot of hate between jazz flutists and classical flutists. It's unfortunate. It's really not needed. And yeah, I like both. And personally for me, I want to maintain the magic of listening to jazz flute. So, wait, really, saxophone flutist? Thank you. That's so kind of you to say. Hey, Chris, how are you? Oh, Kujala. Yeah, yeah. Donna, hello. Thank you so much for offering another name. So Allie, is it Allie? It's Allie Ryerson, right? I feel like I've heard that name before. Yeah. Oh, and when I'm at NFA, don't miss the late night jazz cabaret. You what, mate? Okay. Thank you for letting me know. Thank you. Oh, that's good. Oh, it's going to be such a good time. Oh my God, that's going to be such a good time. Ugh, yes. Oh, amazing. Simply amazing. Does anyone else remember an Athena? Don't not to do it. Yes, indeed. For anyone who's wondering, Ice EVV here is a friend in real life. So for anyone who's like, what the heck is this person doing? Just saying doot and stuff. This I know this person in real life. Okay. All right, I'm going to do something for fun because I do see that I have a little bit of time to do this. I'm going to play these passages, these descending passages that I do so poorly. I'm going to do them backwards, just straight up backwards, just so I can feel how they feel ascending. And then I'm going to see what happens if I do them descending again. Do you guys see how my fingers stay really close to the keys? I think that really might be one of the issues here. I think my hypothesis was correct. The when I'm ascending, my fingers are already on the keys. And so because they're lifting off of the keys, so I find that easier to time. And then, but when I'm descending, my fingers already tend to be really high up. So that's why descending is really hard for me. However, if I think of descending as backwards ascending, it keeps my fingers closer to the keys. So I don't know if this is the case for everyone, but this is certainly the case for me. Althea Renee? Is it Renee or is it Althea Renee? Is that how you say it? Hello, Elena. How are you? See you later, William. Thank you so much for saying that. That's so sweet. Descending without tone. Listen to the key clicks. Yeah. Oh, that's it. That's a good one. I'm gonna do it on one more. Okay. I think that is going to kind of solidify it in the future. So, but we will keep going. Let's keep starting from a little further up. Okay, a little messy in one spot, so I just want to kind of figure that out a bit. Okay, I think that's enough of that. Just experimenting with how far away my fingers are from the keys. Definitely, if I am descending, everything goes flying. If I am, and a little bit after descending, everything goes flying. But if I'm consistently ascending, it's fine. If I'm consistently descending, I tend to flap all over the place. And then if it's like a mix of both, my ascending bits get messed up by the descending bits because I'm flapping all over the place. So good for me to find out. we will continue back another section. Okay, so I borked one section because I got it confused with the other version, which is a half step higher. So. Yeah, I have to be very careful about my fingers not flying all over the place there. The other thing that I am enjoying is the fact that my fullness of tone exercises is making it very easy for me to pick out where I need to resonate notes. So there's a lot less resistance, and therefore I don't have to blow as hard, which is really nice. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yet again, the spot where I messed up was descending, and I was just kind of going instead of like really like keeping my fingers close to the keys and then like really thinking through what I am playing. I think my head is more clear when I ascend versus when I descend. So anyway, we will finish this off. Ooh, that high A. Yeah, it's the A. Sean knows. It's the A. The high A, actually all A's on a Brandon are slightly flat. And this is to, I believe what it is, you guys may notice that my high notes tend to actually be fairly in tune. It's sort of that give and take, you know? So that high A wants to sit in a very specific spot. And I have to be very particular about it. So let's go over that one more time. Not bad. So I still have a few minutes left, even with all my talking, to do a little bit of Genshin. So I am very, very happy about that. Cool. So Chi Eduardo mostly happens with you with flats and sharps, although it hasn't happened recently. Most happens with ascending, descending. Yeah. Yeah, right, Sean. Need to hit it just right, or cracks down, doesn't speak, still gets you daily. Yep, you know it. It's that A, that high A. that Brandon, the high A on the Brandon is just very particular about the exact spot it wants you to resonate. It's just that one spot. And it's like a little bit out, like more forward than the rest of the notes in that region are. It's so dumb. But it's okay. There's no such thing as a perfect flute, guys. There ain't no such thing. And that's totally fine. You just got to find the perfect flute for you, you know? Hey, Bill, how are you? Don't worry about it. Thank you so much, Michael, for your sweet comment. I appreciate it. I did see it. Thank you. Got your Trevor White delayed by so much time. You finally got it yesterday. Hey, great. I hope you enjoy the book. I'm guessing you got the omnibus. Is that right? There's a lot of really good information in there, a lot of really good exercises. So I think you're going to have a great time. Good. Okay. So I think I just want to start from the top and just kind of play my way through this and see what happens. So let's see. Cool. My pedal works. Okay. Here we go. I definitely felt like I was having a little bit of trouble relaxing my lip. So I had to kind of like try and push the head joint a little bit away from me. So that helped, but some of those low notes I felt like could have opened up a little bit more, and it caused me to overblow a little bit, so I had to kind of keep pulling back a bit. Thank you, Bill. But that high C came out so well. I think like my practicing on this has really paid off. The other thing that I thought of was that this has a lot of kind of going back and forth. So even if it's ascending, there are little bits in it that are descending, and then even if it's descending, there's little bits of it that are like ascending, because da 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 da, right? So like weirdly enough, descending in this, generally descending in this, is easier for me because there's a lot of little ascending bits in it. And the ascending bit, I get tied up because my brain thinks it's super easy, or like my brain thinks that I'm going to keep going, but then I have to come back down, and I'm not prepared for that little bit of descending. So I think this is some pretty good insight for me. But anyway, time is up, so I'm going to start cleaning up. Let me just lower the desk back down, and then we shall clean up. Oh, okay, that was a pretty great session. I'm quite pleased with that. So I think we're good. I think we're good. So by the way, I'm going to move this here, point it at me so it's a little bit further away. I'm going to crank up the volume a bit so that you guys can still hear me just fine. Yeah, okay. Let me make the timer go away. Cool. And then we shall, just because I want to have some fun with this camera, we're going to go here so that you guys can watch me clean up. Summer fit, Joe? Yes, you're absolutely right. It is very, very warm here. For those of you guys who use Celsius, it is a high of 34 where I am right now. Let me just check what 34 Celsius is in Fahrenheit. 93. So that is very, very, very warm by Seattle standards. So, I am definitely in my summer fit right now. Thank you, Michael. I appreciate it. I really appreciate it. Oh, sorry. I'm not even doing this on camera. My. So I have to remember to do it here. Yeah, so, okay. I am very pleased with today's practice session. It went so much better than I thought it would. And I think it's really just because I didn't put any pressure on myself. I was just like, I'm just here for me. I'm just here to have a good time and be a nerd and escape from everything for an hour. And I definitely think it worked. Like, I definitely think that it kind of put me at ease, and it did make me, curious and wanting to explore. So I think that is a good thing. Yeah. Yes, exactly. Seattle is usually very chilly. So, for it to be 93 here is, it's, us Seattleites are a bunch of vampires, and we don't know what to do with the sun and heat. There's only a very small, I would say that it's a pretty, I would say that there's a healthy handful, a healthy minority of people who love the sun, which is great, fantastic for them. The rest of us are a bunch of vampires, and we don't know what to do. Um, yeah. Bill, you have relatives in Port Orchard. They can't stand the heat. Yep. You know it. You know, like us Seattleites are weak when it comes to the heat. We are weak. We hate it. We don't like it. We don't know what to do with the orb in the sky. It's too bright. It's too hot. You know, I barely have any summer clothes. Just so you guys know, I only own 3 pairs of shorts and and one skirt. That's it. I do own a bunch of dresses. I do. But in terms of like shorts, you're looking at one of 3 that I own. And like I don't really have a lot of summer clothes, and I regret it every single summer. But my gosh, between fall and spring, I love my cozy wardrobe. I love the sweaters and scarves and like long sleeves and coats and boots and, you know, like warm leggings and, you know, it's the Pacific Northwest look. Okay. It's your Pacific Northwest basic girl look. Okay. Like I love that look, and I have loved that look for a long time. It was one of the things that I actually fell in love with Vancouver, BC. Vancouver, BC is very close to Seattle. So we very much share the same climate and the same, you know, like just the same, what's the word, fashion, you know. So, yeah, your first air conditioner installed today, Sean Canuck Fluter. That is fantastic. That's true. We are good at rain. We love rain. But our rain here is not like rain in other places. We don't get storms. Or if we do get storms, it's very rare. Most of our rain is just kind of consistently drippy is how I would describe it. It's like kind of sprinkly. And like it's to me, is very refreshing. I really like it. So we know how to deal with rain. We know like light rain. That's what we know. But yeah, I remember I learned the concept of waiting out a storm while we were in Toronto. And that was just such a foreign concept to me. You know, like, I was just like, what do you mean wait out a storm? It's just going to rain the whole day. Just walk through it. But no. If you experience a storm in Toronto, those storms are fast and furious. Like, you just need to wait like 10 or 15 minutes. You know, a long one would be, I think, like half an hour, right? Something like that is like a long one. And, you know, it's, you know, if you're caught out in a storm, you are going to be absolutely drenched. Like, it's not like here, because here, if you're walking through the rain and stuff, you get a little damp, but you're not like drenched to the core. Like, it's not that kind of rain here. So yeah, we don't use umbrellas. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, secret underground tunnels. Do you guys know about old Seattle? Did you guys know that the Seattle that we know now was actually built on top of an old Seattle? Like, there is an old version that burned down that they just built on top of. That's Seattle for you. I hope that's what you're talking about. The other place that I know has tunnels is like Toronto. Waterloo, the University of Waterloo, has those tunnels that connect all of the buildings. So you never have to go outside when it's like snowing and stuff, which we don't really have much snow here. So we don't have that kind of like underground tunnel network type of thing between things. Yeah. Okay, so that is what you guys are talking about. Yeah. Eduardo, you used to tank storms, the little 15-minute storms that would just drench you to the core. Oh, it was such a foreign concept when people were like, oh yeah, oh, there's a storm coming. And you know what? I'm just like, why are you guys so freaked out over some rain, you know? And then it was like a storm. And I was like, oh, that's what you mean. I understand now. I love it, Phantom. 165 days till winter. I love that. I love that you guys have a countdown to winter. I definitely feel it every single time I get to this time of year. I'm always like, I am not built for this. Like, which is ironic because I was born in East Bay, California, San Francisco Bay Area. I was born around there, and like, I should be used to the heat. I grew up in the heat. I grew up in dry heat, but no, apparently I don't. I have become weak. I have become a weak Pacific Northwesterner. Carol, I know it's been a while, but I hope you have a great practice session. Lovely, lovely. Okay, so I'm going to push this up to the top here, and just going to move this here. So I'm going to bring the volume down again. So this is an okay volume, and we are going to go back to this. There we go. Cool. Yay. Okay. So, I am currently planning to have a stream tomorrow. So, I'm just going to take it one day at a time. Generally speaking, I think I'm going to stick with my 3-day a week, kind of schedule. So, today was at 4 p.m. Pacific, which means tomorrow will be at 11. And so that's what I'm going to do tomorrow. And it's just that there are some things up in the air. Don't know if I will need to cancel some streams. So I would rather not, promise anything beyond 24 hours. So, or beyond one business day is what I'll say. So, yeah, I think it's safer to just take it one day at a time. So I hope you guys don't mind that. But I do want to say that I really appreciate you guys' company, and I appreciate your love and your support. I really hate to be so like mysterious and vague and like Facebooky vague. I really don't like being like this. I would rather just be able to tell you guys things, but I'm not in a position to talk about it. So I'm just going to talk about it later. But I appreciate that you guys understand that I'm not always super chipper and I'm not always super with it. Sometimes I'm just not put together, guys. And that's okay. That's what I'm really realizing. The Facebooky, like, oh no, something's happened to me, blah, blah, blah. And then you don't really talk about it. That's basically what I did, guys. 100%. That is what I did. But at the same time, I was like, okay, it's a bit of a lose-lose situation here, right? It's like either I be Facebooky vague, right? And like people might think that I'm like attention seeking and whatever. But the thing is, I really wanted you guys to be aware and have the heads up that I am not coming into this week very happy. And I am not coming into this week very excited. I'm not coming into this week mentally put together. So like, I don't want to sit here on stream and pretend like everything is fine. It's not. It's not fine. But at the same time, I can't really talk about it, but I also didn't want to surprise you guys with me not feeling good. So like mentally. So I was like, okay, it's sort of a lose-lose situation here. Either I do the Facebooky vague post or I come on here and I'm like, hey guys, I'm feeling really crappy. Like suddenly, like when you guys are like expecting like a fun like stream, So like, I just chose the lesser of two evils. I was like, I would rather just warn you guys that I am not in a great mood right now. And, you know, so anyone who doesn't want to see a stream with me like this doesn't have to watch, you know? Like you won't feel like, you know, you're just suddenly coming into like a downer, you know? So I wanted to kind of put that out there. So there you go. Is it getting better? No, it's not. Not right now. So yeah, like I get that it's basic privacy and I don't have to put everything on the media. I totally get that. At the same time, I hate it when I act differently from normal, which might make people wonder why I'm acting different and weird, you know? And I'm like, I don't want y'all to guess, okay? Like, please don't guess about what's happening to me. You know, like I'll tell you guys later, but for now, I just need that privacy. So I was just kind of like, so anyway, I don't know, maybe in the future, I might choose the other choice, which is to not make the Facebooky vague post and just come on here and be like, yo guys, I feel like crap. I might do that. I'm not sure. I think it really just kind of depends on where I am mentally and if I even have the energy to make a post like that. Because it did actually zap a lot of my energy to even make a post like that. So like, I don't know. It's just a losing, like, there's no winning. There's absolutely no winning when it comes to this type of thing. So yeah. Life is what it is. Thank you, Bill. Thank you. I thank you for saying just be myself. Yeah, my husband's been telling me that for 10 years now. And y'all can be more right. He couldn't be more right, you know? Like, it really makes a big difference when you're just yourself. So, yeah. Thank you, Sean, for saying that you're not here to know all my intimate details. Thank you. I really appreciate it. You know, it makes me feel seen and heard. So thank you. Yep. As Chiador was saying, sometimes you just have to be less joyful with less energy. Sometimes you can't even stand yourself when something is happening. There you go. Exactly. So like, yeah, I don't want to be that content creator that's just pretending that everything is fine. No way, man. I don't have the mental bandwidth to do that. So there you go. So anyway, thank you for listening to my rant about that. I just felt like I was in sort of a losing situation where like there's no winning. Like whatever choice I made with how I handled this situation in terms of like just letting you guys know that I'm not doing okay, I just felt like there was no good choice. So I picked one and I don't really like it, but it happened and I'm just going to live with it and it's fine. So, yeah. You get to feel the way I do. That's humanity. Thank you, Bill. Thank you. And I'm already made a win by doing what I need to do. That's true. I will take that to heart. Thank you. Yeah. So we still got some wins, other wins. Like I got my top-down camera. I don't know if you guys noticed, but I rejiggered my camera and my light back there so that you guys don't see the hair light that is up there. I do have some 3-point lighting that's happening here. And so like, you know, we got some good wins. I also have my second monitor up. John helped me set that up. So I got my second monitor, got my little, got my arm here. This little boom arm here thing is working really, really well. I took other Sean's suggestion to mount it in such a way that I could put it off to the side while I'm taking care of my flute and stuff. So we still got some wins here, guys. We still got some wins. I'm feeling really good. Much better now. Thank you. How was my fourth? We hid inside. We didn't want to go outside. One, it was hot, and two, just we were trying to avoid people, and stuff like that. So, but we had a lovely day inside. It was really nice. We just played a bunch of video games and had a great time. So yeah, thank you for asking. I hope y'all had a great 4th of July, those of you guys who are Americans. And for those of you guys who are Canadians, I hope you guys had a great Canada Day. But yeah, I am off for now. Thank you all so much for watching and joining. As usual, please take care of yourselves. Stay happy, healthy, and safe to the best of your abilities, because there is no music without the musician. All right, so self-care, very important. All right, I will see you guys tomorrow at 11 a.m. Pacific. Until then, have a wonderful day, evening, afternoon, morning, wherever you are. Laters. Bye.